Hello everybody, me, the Horror Universe here. Today I watched Terrifier 2016 for the very first time. And why was this my very first time, you may ask? Well, for some reason, this was one of those movies where I've been putting it off for so long to watch, and I don't know why. Because I've been meaning to watch this movie for a very long time. But for some reason, like every Halloween I've passed, I've never switched it on. So today I thought, you know what? Let's give it a watch. Let's see what this movie's about. And it surprised me. I gotta admit, Terrifier is one of those movies where I feel like I don't know. Do I want to say it's underrated? Because I'm not really sure on the feedback of the movie per se, because I haven't really checked any reviews or any critic reviews or anything of this movie. This is basically like a fresh watch of Terrifier, so I'm not really sure on the fans' perspective of this movie. But from my own personal point of view, I really enjoyed it. Were there moments of the movie where I thought the movie might have dipped a bit? Yes, there was a certain element in the movie where I was not so much disappointed, but more weirded by. And when things started to make sense, I was like, okay, that makes sense now. That makes complete sense. But one thing I will say about Terrifier 2016, it is fucking gory. Like, I was not expecting the amount of kills that this movie had going into it, and some of these kills actually made me turn away. Like, never in a horror movie, I don't think, was there such a gory death where it made my stomach physically turn and I had to look away from the movie. It was that much intense. If you've seen the movie, you probably have an understanding of what death I'm on about, but it was one of the more insane deaths I've ever seen in a horror movie, period. Also, the cinematography for this movie, I enjoyed the whole red aspect of it, if you get what I mean. Like, you know, where there's like black shadows and that. Well, sometimes they have like this red tint to the black shadows, and it really brings out the eerie atmosphere to me. And then, of course, like they have the blue lighting for when it's like a more eerie side, if that makes sense. But yeah, so glad I checked out Terrifier 2016. That ending cliffhanger, that sent shivers down my spine. And like, there was a lot of things. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, because I want you to have, like, if you haven't seen it, I want you to have the same experience as me, because it's always refreshing to go into a horror movie and to have fresh eyes. Like, I never saw the trailer for Terrifier, and I haven't seen the trailer for Terrifier 2, which I'm actually going to be watching later on, probably, or tomorrow. But, yeah, I really liked Tara in this movie. I thought she was, like, she was basically like the Sidney Prescott type character of this movie. The Killer, The Art of Clowns, fucking hell. I've never seen, unless you count the grabber from the Black Phone, I've never seen such an insane clown like this. He was terrifying, no pun intended. But yeah, really, really enjoyed Terrifier 2016. As I say, I'm not too sure what the critics and the overall audience's perspective is of this movie, but I'm very much excited now for Terrifier 2, more than I was before I watched this movie. I think it's always good I think it's always good to check out the original before you watch the sequel, because obviously then you have a better understanding of what's going to happen in Terrifier 2. And there was also this really creepy element to this movie. It was sort of, I'm just going to say this, it was sort of like a doll, and I'm not going to spoil what it does or anything, but let's just say it was an interesting plot point of the film, I guess you could say. Oh, and the music. The music for Terrifier is eerie as hell. There was some musical notes in there which made me think about Halloween for some reason. It sort of had like a piano-esque Halloween stalking vibe sometimes. And yeah, Terrifier, I'll give a solid 8-9 out of 10. Thank you all for watching this video. As I said, I don't know whether I'm going to get hate or not for this one, because I'm not sure on the overall views of this movie. That I literally went into this movie blind without any, just any knowledge of the movie whatsoever, which is refreshing. Yeah, thanks all for watching. See you on my next one. Peace.